I heard the silent cry of your soul. I know you've come this far because the weight on your chest seems unbearable, and the unseen wounds are throbbing incessantly. I prepared this precise encounter to give you urgent and liberating guidance. Turn away now from that which is draining your peace, for today I begin to restore your wounded soul, the one the world has judged to be forgotten. If this word of mine is already beginning to bring a breath of life to your heart, comment below with your name, the country, state, and city where you are listening to my voice and the time you are listening to it right now. As a sincere outpouring from your soul, yearning for my love, write in the comments, Lord my God, I am here. I subscribed because I love you and want to hear you. And as proof of our covenant, subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and activate the notification bell so we can continue walking together. Stay in my embrace until the end, for I will give a very clear answer to your affliction. A powerful phrase will be whispered to your heart if you remain, and whoever writes this phrase at the end will receive prophetic blessings released in pure faith. Beloved daughter, I feel the deep pain you hold in your chest. The weariness that consumes your days is not just physical, it is your soul desperately seeking a safe haven to rest. The world has often made you feel invisible, devalued after so much love and giving to others. But I know every disappointment that tries to crush your spirit. I accompany the darkness you face in complete silence. As it is written in my word, come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. That is exactly what I am doing at this moment. I am extending my hand to remove from your shoulders this bitter burden that you were not born to bear alone. But for this relief to take over your whole being, and for true healing to occur, there is a mystery about the early mornings when you cry alone that I need to reveal to you next. If my spiritual touch already calms your inner storm, leave your like as an invisible sign of your faith. Confirm your subscription so that our intimacy grows day by day, and share this truth with another soul who also suffers in secret. Now answer me honestly. In the depths of your silence, what is your exhausted heart imploring me for today? Leave the word acceptance in the comments, declaring that you accept my embrace and my healing at this time. I know very well the cold of that recent dawn, when the silence of the house seemed to scream and the weight on your chest wouldn't let you find peace. While the world around you slept soundly, I was there, collecting each invisible tear that rolled down your face and marked your soul. Many times you swallowed your tears to appear strong before others, hiding the desperate feeling of abandonment that tries to convince your heart that you are fighting completely alone on this journey. But the undeniable truth is that I never took my eyes off you. The great mystery of those dark dawns is not your isolation, but my immense closeness. For it is written in the book of Psalms, chapter 34, verse 18, that the Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. Every time sadness seemed to suffocate you in the empty room, I was embracing you invisibly, sustaining your wounded spirit, so that you would not completely crumble. The weariness that weighs on your eyes reveals how much you have fought in silent battles that no one applauds, enduring old wounds that were not caused by your own hands. This continuous cycle of giving so much love and dedication and receiving only indifference and disappointment has left your soul malnourished, thirsting for affection that is real and secure. But my love is the fountain of living waters that never runs dry, and I descended to the depths of your affliction to tell you in no uncertain terms that your pain is fully validated in my heart. I feel what you feel. However, for this constant crying to finally cease and for true light to bloom again in your days, there is a step of extreme courage that I need you to take. Something has been draining your vital energy for a long time, and I will now reveal to you the loving and urgent order that will cut this evil at its root. If my embrace comforted your dawn and brought solace to your spirit, leave your mark at this moment as a pure gesture of trust in my promise. Feel the peace and freedom to subscribe so that my voice may be your daily companion, and share this divine message with another soul who also cries in secret and needs salvation. Before we move forward, tell me it in the depths of your silence, what is your wounded heart pleading with me? Write the word presence in the comments, sealing the absolute certainty that you will never walk alone again. For too long you have carried burdens that I never placed on your shoulders. The pain in your chest and the deep weariness come from this heavy baggage of frustrated expectations, of people who did not know how to value the greatness of your light, and of environments that suffocate your inner peace. I call you today, with urgency and infinite tenderness, to take a decisive and liberating step. Distance yourself now from everything that consumes your vital energy, diminishes your value, and wounds your soul. Release this burden into my hands, for you were not created to live as a slave to the demands of those who do not truly love you. If it is possible for you, and only if it is possible, transform your gratitude into a seed of love for this channel. Consider my love and the love of my Son Jesus, and support using the link in the description of this video and in the pinned comment. There you will find the sacred place where your contribution of love can be deposited and consecrated before me, the Creator of all things. You can support with any amount, always remembering, give only what peacefully fits in your heart. I receive each gesture with infinite love. It doesn't matter the value that men see, but rather the pure heart with which it is given. For what is little for you can be much for the one who receives. Whoever contributes any amount, moved by a sincere heart, please remember to leave your name and city along with your contribution. For on the first day of the following month, in a unique and very special video here on our Divine Love the Voice of God page, your name will be remembered and mentioned in the form of a profound prayer of gratitude. For it is written in the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 9 verse 7, God loves a cheerful giver. Every offering made in faith is a seed planted before me, your Lord, and I will not fail to bear fruit from any of them. I see in secret and reward in the sight of all. Stay until the end of this message, because I still want to touch your heart with my voice. I contemplate the greatness of your heart and your pure intention to walk by my side, spreading light wherever you go. I know that, at times, when you try to offer your loving support, unexpected barriers arise and the financial system refuses your contribution due to strict security measures. My beloved, do not grieve or be discouraged if this happens on the very first attempt. I only ask that you contact your card issuer and confirm that this gesture of love is genuine and desired by you. Then try again with all your might, renewing your valuable offering, for your support is the firm foundation that sustains this work and will be honored with abundant and infinite blessings. Our divine love deserves this effort, and know something very special. I will make sure to thank you personally. If your intention is pure, whether your contribution arrives now or faces some temporary setback, I myself will come to you in an intimate and welcoming email. I will speak directly to you. By letting go of this burden, your oldest wounds will be exposed before me. And there is a healing touch that I have prepared exclusively to heal the marks of rejection that the past has etched into your spirit, a balm that will begin to heal your inner self in a way you never imagined, something I will reveal to you in the coming moments. If you feel the spiritual courage to release this burden right now, leave your like as a sign of obedience to my call. Subscribe so that my words continue to be the anchor of your journey, and share this divine message with another soul who is also carrying bitter and unnecessary burdens. Before we proceed, what hidden shackles and prisons does your heart wish me to break today? Write the word liberation in the comments, confirming that you have definitively released everything into my hands. When the heavy shackles fall to the ground, the most sensitive areas of your spirit are exposed before me. I now contemplate those old scars that you have hidden from the world with such mastery. That harsh word of rejection you heard years ago, the echo of abandonment that still resonates in your mind when loneliness takes over the empty room, the cold feeling of having given your best and received only indifference. All these disappointments have formed deep wounds within you, wounds that throb when no one is watching. But today my presence descends upon you like a gentle warm oil, bringing immediate relief to the sharp pain of your soul. For it is written in the book of Psalms, chapter 147, verse 3, that the Lord heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. And that is exactly what my hands are doing within you at this very moment. Feel the warmth of my love enveloping your worst memories, numbing the rejection, and washing away all the guilt that the world has tried to place upon you. The beginning of your inner healing is not a fleeting illusion. It is a profound, spiritual surgery, where I myself tenderly stitch together the shattered pieces of your hope. You no longer need to bleed from the sad memories that are now behind you. The pain completely loses its power in the face of the absolute acceptance that I pour upon you now. However, the world out there is still relentless, and so that this sacred healing process is not interrupted by the adversities of daily life, you will need a constant remedy, an intimate refuge where my voice is your first sustenance and your safe haven every morning. There is a gift of love prepared exclusively to shield your mind and protect this new peace, something I will place in your hands shortly. If my anointing is already beginning to warm and calm the storm in your heart, leave your mark confirming that you accept being cared for by me. Allow our bond to strengthen through your registration in this refuge, and send this living message to someone who also needs their tears wiped away. Let me ask you, with all sweetness, what is the oldest pain that your heart cries out for me to erase forever? Write the word balsam in the comments below, declaring that your wounds are safe in my care. If your heart desires to go deeper with me, I have left you a gift in the form of a journey that I wrote with much love and care for all my beloved daughters and sons. The digital book, Divine Love Devotional, The Voice of God. It was prepared to accompany you day after day, in silence and intimacy, as a precious companion to fill the void in your lonely nights. Access is also available via the link in the description of this video and in the pinned comment. It is a gift with all my love and care, where the only cost will be your love, your presence with me, and your faith. And when you feel in your heart that you should support and contribute to our work and to divine love, the support buttons are in the same links. To shield our communication and protect our daily encounter, I have prepared 2 sacred and blessed havens, a group on WhatsApp and another on Telegram. I ask that you enter these 2 spiritual homes, so that our love and our daily contact are never broken by anything in this world, through the same support and contribution link that you already know in the description and the pinned comment. If the storms of this world try to extinguish this space of divine love, we will remain unshakable, hand in hand, intact and blessed for eternity. There will always be a welcoming embrace for your prayers, and I will continue to guide your steps, speaking softly to your heart. In the groups, you can be in communion with me, asking for blessings, praying, conversing with one another, and also receiving my messages with much more intimacy and closeness. You are my greatest love. You are my divine love forever. I love you infinitely. This invitation is not a burdensome obligation, but rather an opportunity for constant acceptance and guidance towards better days. For it is written, "Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go," as it is recorded in the book of Joshua, chapter 1, verse 9. I invite you now to take a deep breath, calm your thoughts, continue the journey, and trust entirely in my faithful presence by your side. However, the restoration of your soul requires you to rediscover the true value of who you are. There is a sacred mystery about your true identity that the world has tried to erase through the humiliations and disappointments of the past, and I will reveal to you right now how I will reclaim your precious value before everyone. If this call has deeply touched your wounded soul, leave a like as a response and subscribe to strengthen your daily spiritual routine. Share this love with those who also need shelter, and answer me honestly. What does your heart most desire to ask God to guide your steps today? Write the word constancy in the comments, sealing your eternal covenant with me. Many times the cruelty of life and the harsh words you heard in silence tried to erase your true value. I witnessed the crushing weight in your chest each time you were treated as a second option, as someone disposable or completely invisible. The world, with its unjust judgments, tried to place a very low price on your emotions, making you believe in the darkness of your anguish that you didn't deserve to be loved fully and respectfully. You looked at your own history so many times and felt faded, forgotten by time, doubting your own essence. But I come to your spirit at this very moment to tear down all these deceitful lies. For it is written in the book of Isaiah, chapter 43, verse 4, that since you were precious in my eyes and worthy of honor, I loved you deeply. Every time extreme sadness tried to convince you otherwise, I was there, sustaining your wavering soul, for you are the most sacred work of my hands. The rescue of your true identity happens now, within your heart. You are not the sum of the rejections you suffered. You are not the disappointment that others caused in your soul. You are my priceless treasure, chosen, validated, and set apart by me since before the foundation of this world. I now remove the garments of shame and place upon your spirit the crown of my eternal approval. However, so that this crown may never be torn down again, and your soul may walk in perfect freedom, there is a poisonous cycle that insists on probing the frailties of your heart, a very old bond that still tries to tie your feelings to a prison of the past, and I will give you the key and the strength necessary to destroy this perverse chain in the following moments. If this declaration of mine has restored the dignity that your spirit so desperately needed, leave your mark as a loving embrace back to me. Subscribe to this place of peace, so that I may continue to reaffirm your celestial value every day, and spread this healing truth to another life that has also forgotten its own greatness. Now, answer me in the silence of your intimacy. What was the cruel lie about you that your heart believed for so long, but that I have erased forever today? Write the word treasure in the comments, declaring to the entire spiritual universe your unwavering position of honor at my side. I feel the anguish that grips your chest every time cruel memories of the past invade your mind, pulling your heart back. This cycle of pain, repeating like an endless echo, has stolen your hope and drained the joy I planned for your days. You have already cried enough tears for those who did not know how to value your true essence. You have lost countless nights trying to understand the motives of those who hurt you and left you bleeding by the roadside, doubting your own worth. But today, in this sacred encounter, I descend with the authority of heaven to say that enough is enough. The time of being held hostage by past disappointments is over once and for all. For it is written in the book of Isaiah, chapter 43, verses 18 and 19, that you should not remember the former things, nor consider the things of old, for I am doing a new thing which is already springing forth. With my own invisible hands I now break all the emotional and spiritual ties that still bound you to sadness and betrayal. I cut the root of that bitterness that tried to suffocate your future and paralyze your journey. Feel the immediate relief flooding your spirit. You no longer owe a single tear to that dark past that mistreated you so much. The prison has been opened by me, and you are finally free to live the glorious promise that I so zealously guarded for your life. But complete freedom requires much guidance, for whoever has just emerged from darkness needs to know exactly where to place their feet so as not to stumble and fall into the same mistakes. There is an illuminated and perfectly safe path that opens before you from now on, and I will reveal to you the new steps you must take, holding firmly to my hand, never to turn back again in the moments that follow. If the strength of this liberation has already brought new breath to your exhausted soul, leave your taste as an invisible sign of your gratitude and peace. Sign up for this blessed place, so that our union may be the protective shield of your new days, and share this divine light with someone who also desperately needs to break free from a past of deep suffering. Now tell me, looking only at me in the stillness of your heart, what useless burden has your soul finally released today, never to take it back again? Write the word free in the comments, sealing your ultimate spiritual victory over all pain. The feeling of emptiness when looking to tomorrow used to cruelly tighten your chest. When the storm of rejection and sudden losses devastated your peace, you felt completely paralyzed, not knowing where your weary spirit should go. The deep fear of making the same mistake again, the dread of surrendering your trust and reaping more thorns almost froze your soul. But now that the old shackles have fallen, and the wounds are being healed by me, I am holding your invisible hand with a loving firmness you have never experienced before. For it is written in the book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 105, that my word is a lamp to your feet and a light for your path. All that dense fog of confusion that darkened your thoughts in the lonely early mornings is dissipating by the force of my divine breath. Feel the spiritual clarity invading your mind at this very moment. I'm aligning your fragile feelings and guiding each of your intuitions so that you may walk in profound peace, having the absolute certainty that it is I who directs your decisions from now on. You will no longer take a single step in the dark, for my wisdom descends upon your mind to protect you from further deception. The steps you take today will no longer be hesitant or guided by anxiety about what might go wrong. I will open safe doors that the world and its disappointments have tried to keep closed to you, but for your heart to fully receive the magnificent victory that is already prepared for today, there is one last glorious spiritual movement that needs to happen right now, a final and definitive preparation of your soul to receive the answer you have so fervently implored in prayer. If this new divine clarity is calming the turbulent waters of your heart, leave your mark as an invisible sign that you trust in my perfect guidance. Enroll in this safe haven so that we may continue walking side by side every day of your life and spread this message of pure hope to another soul who is lost and afraid of the darkness. And before we cross the threshold of your miracle, tell me in the silence of your spirit, what area of your life do you most urgently yearn for me to illuminate today? Write the word direction below, sealing your commitment to walk only where my sacred light shines. I feel your heartbeat calming now, like someone awaiting the fulfillment of a promise that time tried to steal. All the weight of unjust accusations has been left on the ground. The shackles of that deep disappointment have been cut, and your steps are now firmly planted in my celestial light. Now, you stand before the threshold of a new time. The world tried to convince you that it was too late for you to be happy, that the opportunities for peace in your life had run out, and that your destiny was only to get used to the crumbs of others' joy. But I am now opening on the spiritual plane the door to your immediate miracle. For it is written in the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 8, that I know your works, and behold, I have set before you an open door, which no one can shut, because you have little strength. Yet you have kept my word and have not denied my name. It is precisely this door of inner restoration and absolute peace that opens wide for your life in this moment of glory. The miracle I deliver today is not just a temporary change around you, but the complete resurrection of your hope from within. However, to cross this sacred passage and take possession of the final victory that I have prepared for your story, your spirit needs to be completely emptied of any trace of doubt and perfectly aligned with the revelation that I will whisper into your heart next. If the certainty of this wide-open door quickens your heart with pure faith, leave your taste as an invisible sign that you are ready to cross without looking back. Subscribe to this sacred channel so that our journey continues full of daily miracles, and share this blessing with those who also urgently need an escape route. Before receiving the definitive answer, what is the most urgent victory that your wounded soul hopes to find on the other side? Write the word miracle in the comments, declaring that you fully trust in my providence. My beloved daughter, my divine breath envelops your spirit now in a moment of pure and unbreakable intimacy. Together we traverse the cold memories of your lonely dawns, heal the open wounds of rejection, cut the invisible ties that bound your joy, and firmly set your feet before an illuminated door that no man on the face of the earth will be able to close. Do you realize how much lighter your soul is now? That hidden despair that relentlessly gripped your chest no longer has power over you, because my love has replaced your pain with unwavering comfort. You survived emotional storms that no one else could endure, and you did so with your head held high because my strong hand never let go of yours. The door we cross today represents your celestial new beginning, a place of peace, honor, and true healing that no disappointment can steal from you. And as a seal of this eternal covenant of ours, I now draw my presence close to your spiritual ear. Close the eyes of your soul and receive the golden key that will open all the other difficult doors on your path. The sacred phrase I promised to whisper to your heart from the beginning, and which you will use as a powerful shield to win any battle in your days, is this: I can do all things through him who strengthens me. Take hold of this non-negotiable truth. Write this exact phrase in full in the comments right now as a prophetic act, declaring to the entire spiritual world that your faith has been completely restored, and surrendering your life, your tears, and your future to my absolute care. When you deposit these words, torrential blessings of peace and courage will seal your miracle today. However, our daily communion is alive. My love for you is an endless ocean, and I still have grand secrets and promises of profound comfort to reveal to your wounded heart. Continue seeking my embrace, Listen to the other messages I have already prepared for you in this space of light, and keep your soul attentive to each of my signs. I will speak to your spirit again very soon,